And now, another exciting episode of As the River Churns.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Monday to you. Hope you all had a good weekend. You know, speaking of which, we had good weekends. Now, I got an extra day off because I took Friday off, and so I had an extra day. So I had 3 days this weekend, and it was a perfect weekend for me to be able to get stuff done around the house. You know, did some painting.
And some gardening and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
it was great to be outside.
It was just beautiful. And I know your weekend was a little different because you had off on Thursday.
I did. I had off Thursday. Was here Saturday, and it was busy.
Yeah,
it was busy.
You had a very social time on Saturday, right?
I did. I got to see a lot of you, so that was great. And
so Lisa told me, she says, do not ever announce that any of us are on manager on duty on the weekend anymore. Now, she was laughing when she said
yes,
that.
My whole goal, if anyone's been to my office recently, my desk has gotten very cluttered.
Yeah.
Like it's really, it's piled high. So my whole goal on Saturday was to clear that, which I did. So I'm thankful for that.
There you go.
So, yep.
There you go.
Do you have something extra you've added to your desk?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Brian can kind of send here. Let me try and get some things around.
Can you zoom in, Brian?
Zoom in on that, Brian, or not? But I guess it's a secret admirer. I don't know what you would call it, but there was a bag on our door this morning hanging there from the weekend, and it said I had a little note to it. I didn't bring the note down, but it was, you know, guess who this is? Just trying to, and so I don't know if you can see that or how well you can see that, but it looks like a little Mr. and Mrs. Piggy is what it is. And so,
do you think that's in reference to the big?
Well, I was hoping that was
know.
the case.
It's not in reference to us.
I don't know if it was meant as another reason or not.
I don't know.
There might be dual purposes there. I don't know, but I took it as that was in reference to our big picture. And I think that the person that sent it, that from the note that I got, that was what they were referring to.
So thank you to whoever that was.
Yeah, that was cute.
So,
That was really a cute idea. So.
And have you noticed, Tom, our audience seems to be getting bigger?
Yes. I mean, there's only 2 or 3 actual people here, but I am seeing pictures on chairs all over the place here. It feels like it's starting to feel like a regular meeting here.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
pictures on all the chairs. 35 out there at least, isn't there?
Yeah, it looks like it's growing. So.
And they're all exercising. Way to go.
This must be something with Jill's thing.
Must be.
I guess that's what it is. So, well, Lisa, do we have a trivia question today?
We do. Okay. And first I want to thank Jan Kuntz for sending us the picture of the dog and the owner.
Oh, I love that.
That was perfect.
Yeah,
and that's how we all kind of feel right now. Yeah. We look out the window just hoping to see some life.
You know, what's funny is that now it's more my wife and I that are the ones at the window looking out.
Is it?
The dog's not doing it. She's doing something else. So.
Well, my husband and I, we just sit out in the driveway watching for people to go by. It's kind of sad, but that's our life now. Okay.
I don't know if it's really sad, though, or not, because, you know, honestly, if you really were to look at some of the things some of the positive aspects of this, you know, people are out and about more.
Well, that's true.
And,
that's true.
You know, I have met and talked to more of my neighbors than I ever have in the 3.5 years I've been in this
That's true.
So, so in some ways, it's been that part's been really nice.
Right.
Being able to get a chance to be more friendly with people. Keeping your social distance, of course,
right,
but still
right.
be friendly. So.
Absolutely.
All right, trivia question. Go ahead.
Okay. Question from Bob and Betty Amos. On the Andy Griffith Show, a character was named Opie Taylor, played by Ron Howard. What was Ron Howard's real father's name? So on the Andy Griffith Show, a character was named Opie Taylor, played by Ron Howard. What was Ron Howard's real father's name? So if you have the answer to this question, you're going to want to call Michelle here, and the lines are open, 336-389-4103. 336-389-4103. And the lines are now open.
Well, you got to tell them what they're going to get, Lisa.
Oh, it's a good prize today.
It's a good one today, yeah.
Okay. Michelle helped us get this one together. So, and she's running out of the room. So before we even told them what the prize was.
Yeah.
It is one of our fancy river landing lunch bag slash cooler.
That's a camo bag.
And it's pretty heavy, so there's something in here.
What's in it?
It's a 6-pack of beer.
Oh.
So a cooler with some beer.
Wow.
We must be running out of wine. Do you think? Now we're resorting to beer. I don't know.
I think we've just noticed that as much alcohol as we're getting requests for from the ABC store, that beer and wine just is a good gift. I mean, it makes a good prize.
I think so too.
Yeah. Do you want to turn over our sand?
Oh, yep. I forgot again.
We were laughing a little bit because we saw that it got stuck on Thursday while you were gone when Cindy and Brian and Destiny were here. It actually stopped working. I was like,
it only works for me.
Apparently so. It must be the way it was turned over.
It must be. I don't know.
So is it going now? I can hardly tell.
It is. It's going perfectly.
All right. So we'll see. Good luck. Hopefully somebody will win the bottles of beer and the camo bag.
And we have a winner, so that's good.
Okay. Good. All right. So you can stop your calls.
Yep. I think that's why she waved to us.
Go
ahead, stop the calls.
She wasn't just saying
she
hi?
No, she wasn't.
Okay.
We have a winner.
We hardly ever see Michelle anymore, so Okay, so let's get to the update about how we're doing as a state. I do have a bunch of information. So the last time I actually went through this, I think Cindy went through this on Thursday last week, but the last time I did it was on Wednesday. And let's see, so as of today, we're approaching 80,000 completed tests in the state. That's about 12,000 more than what it was last Wednesday when I was talking to you all. And then we have confirmed cases, 6,764, and that compares to 5,123. So that's roughly about 1,600 positive cases out of about 12,000 additional. So our percentage is 8.5% right now of positive cases to completed tests at this point. Unfortunately, we have seen our deaths go up as well since last Wednesday. We were 117 last Wednesday, and we're 179 as of today, and we're still at 93 counties. Now, though, again, the one little piece of good news is that our hospitalization, those that are currently hospitalized, is down from last week. We were at 431 on Wednesday. We were 452 on Thursday, and we're at 373 today. So we like keeping those hospitalizations down. And the word that we have so far from our contacts is that hospitals at the moment are not being overrun with COVID-19 here in North Carolina, which is really a good thing. So I'm hoping that's a positive, and I really do think our social distancing is working. In the counties, let's see, Mecklenburg County, which is where the city of Charlotte is, we're at 1,210 cases there. We were at 1,015 last week. So what is that? It's about 200 cases more. Wake is second with 599. They were at 510 last week. And then we have a new county that we hadn't mentioned before that's just all of a sudden popped up. It's apparently near Durham County. It's called Wayne County. And they're at 572 cases, which I don't think they were even on the radar screen last week, and now all of a sudden they've got a lot of cases. So I don't know what the deal is there. Maybe you all have been watching the news and know that, but I have not. Durham County has 392. And then closer to us, Guilford is at 175 at the moment. We were at 149 last Wednesday, excuse me. So that's about 26 cases more than we were a little less than a week ago. And then Forsyth is at 126, and last week they were at 123. So they've only come up about 3 cases. So again, I think this is a real good sign that our social distancing policies are working. So thank you for doing that. Just a little bit more information that I thought might be interesting. All this information comes from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. But we also have a trade association that we work with called Leading Age. And Leading Age North Carolina sent out an email today, and I was looking at it, and they have a little section in there this time about how many of the cases are related to skilled nursing facilities. So out of our 6,764 cases that we have in North Carolina, 905 of those are in skilled nursing facilities. So that's about 1 in every 7 positive cases is in a skilled nursing facility. Unfortunately, out of the 179 deaths, 53 have been in a skilled nursing facility. And across the state, there are 37 nursing homes right now that have are considered to have outbreaks, and outbreaks means 2 or more cases. So 37, and I'm taxed a little bit here, but I'm pretty sure that the number of nursing homes that we have in the state is like 400, and I thought I had that written down somewhere. 424, I think, is what I had from before. So, almost. We're getting up close to being about 10% of the nursing homes that have an outbreak in them. So
are CCRCs included in that 400 and some number?
So CCRCs, well, because we have a skilled nursing portion of our campus, we would be considered part of that 424. And then that's the 37 nursing homes is across 25 counties at this point. So, we all know that when it hits a nursing home, it's has really damaging effects to a nursing home, just because of the population and the vulnerability of that population. So, hence the reason why we're the state and the federal government and everybody has really pushed us to try and really kind of button that down as much as possible. Our staff, of course, are wearing masks now throughout our campus, and we're going to do our best to keep this virus out of here. But I there's some bad news obviously in these numbers, but there's some good news in here too. I really think the social distancing are working, the hospitalizations are down, the hospitals are not being overrun with patients. I mean, these are all good signs, I think, for the state of North Carolina. So we'll just have to kind of see how that all kind of transpires over the next couple of weeks. But I really am hoping. I had mentioned that one of the news sources I look at was saying that last Friday was supposed to be our peak here in North Carolina. So we'll have to see whether or not we start seeing the effects of that. If you're just going by what Forsyth County had as far as cases go, you would say we're definitely seem to be going the other way. But we'll kind of keep track of that and kind of keep moving on. So, Lisa, I think there's some other things that
yes.
we'll talk about as well. So,
one of the hot topics has been our reverse raffle.
Yes.
Several folks have asked me, where are we at? How are our numbers doing?
Yes.
So we've been live for about a week for residents right now.
Okay.
And I think we're up to 184 tickets sold.
Wow.
So that's really good in a week.
How many total is there?
Only 300 tickets available in total.
Right.
So I think what we talked about is giving a full week with our residents to be able to order their tickets.
Right.
And now we're pretty safe to open it up to staff members that would like to purchase a ticket. So
we know there are a lot of staff members that are interested in doing it.
There are, absolutely. So we had a lot last time that purchased and had a lot of fun with it too.
Yeah. So if you are a resident out there and you have not bought a ticket for the reverse raffle, we would suggest you do that in the next day or two.
Yes, absolutely, because they will go pretty quick.
We'll probably sell out by the end of the week.
We probably will. Yeah.
I think we'll sell out by the end of the week.
So make sure you get them.
And if nothing else, you have to buy a ticket just to see our MC for the evening. I'm trying to remember what he said.
Freddie Bob.
Freddie Bob.
Freddie Bob.
Freddie Bob. That's what it was.
It's hard to remember all the names.
It is.
Yes, Billy Bob, Freddie Bob.
I have some other names that I've given to him that he doesn't use, but he's Freddie Bob's.
Freddie Bob.
Freddie Bob. So that should be a lot of fun. Remember, we're going to be broadcasting that live on our in-house channel.
Yep.
So
and all the proceeds go to our meal packaging event, so it's for a great cause.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So,
and speaking of raffle tickets, Michelle will have them, if you've already purchased your ticket, Michelle will have them in your in-house boxes sometime tomorrow.
Okay,
so
Michelle.
be on the lookout for that.
Is that right, Michelle? Will it be tomorrow?
We're putting her on the spot right now.
All right.
She's shaking her head, yes.
Hesitantly shaking her head. Yes, it sounds like. Yeah, it was, well,
you did kind of put her on the spot last week.
I did kind of say I thought it was tomorrow.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I
but
think Tuesday's going to be the better
Tuesday.
day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's because we sold so many. That's true.
It is. It is.
184.
That's
I mean,
a lot of.
That's great.
And she's
That's
printing
a lot of
each
fun.
individual with your name on it, so it's a special ticket just for you.
It's a special ticket. It's it's like a Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes.
You got that special gold ticket. That's what these are going to be like. It's gold paper.
Gold
See,
paper.
I wasn't far off.
Look at
there,
that.
Lisa.
Look at that.
I'm telling you, that's awesome. So, okay, and then Lisa, I think we also have, this is strawberry time.
It is strawberry time, and
Yeah.
we've had a lot of inquiries about strawberries.
Strawberries, yeah.
So
Are we going to have like a wagon, like the old time days, where we have a wagon that you push along the streets and,
Maybe we should.
strawberries, watermelons,
it'd be
cantaloupe.
kind of like the ice cream truck. We go through the neighborhoods.
We could do it
and
on a
we
golf
just-
cart. What do you think? And people could come out and buy stuff?
I mean, I think we could work something out here.
Okay.
So give us a little bit of time. We know it's right at strawberry season right now through the first little part of May. So we're going to work out something. So just hold on for us. We're going to come up with a way to get you some fresh strawberries.
Yeah.
We're going to work with one of our local farms to be able to do that.
Good. And if we can't do fresh strawberries, maybe we can do strawberry daiquiris or something like that. What do you think? That might be something we could do. No strawberry daiquiri. Okay. All right. And so, Lisa, how are deliveries going?
Deliveries are going great. Boy, Whitney and her team were going crazy today.
Yeah, we put the right people in charge of it, right?
We sure did. Absolutely.
Whitney and Jill, and I think you all would agree with
Yep.
me. Whitney and Jill have done just a terrific job in leading us in that.
They have, and they have several helpers that from all different departments that
Yeah.
we've kind of repurposed for this reason. But her and her team had, I think, 25 grocery store pickups today.
Wow.
I mean, they were running crazy. So thank you to
That's
Homer's
all-
team for supporting us too with that.
And
So
that's all with all the Instacart deliveries.
it is
Yeah.
exactly. That's on top of all of that.
Wow.
So, and then today is you place your order for the ABC.
Oh, this is an important day. Gotta have your ABC orders. What time do you have to have it in by?
I think it was by 11. So
Oh,
really,
no. Are you kidding me?
now you're going to have to wait a whole week. So, but if you're really in dire need, I bet you could call Whitney. Don't tell her I said that. So
No, it's
she's-
only recorded for everybody to see.
But today is the day for that. So hopefully you got your order in. Remember last week she had to make a couple trips to legally get it back here. So not sure if we'll run into that again, but it was a big week last week.
Yeah, she has to have like a certain letter from the ABC
She does.
board, right?
She has to have a permit to be able to transport that much alcohol.
Yeah.
So. Oh, somebody from the studio audience just said, "Why don't we build a still?"
It's an interesting
It's
idea.
an idea.
Yeah. Maybe we can ask Freddie Bob how to do that. Right?
Maybe.
Freddie Bob might help us with that. All right, Lisa, I think we also had some questions that people had from the weekend.
Okay, yes.
We had a multitude of questions,
We had
right?
a lot of questions, yes. So the first one, if the quarantine continues, would it be possible for more benches to be added to our campus? As the weather continues to improve, more people are trying to get outside, but those of us with walkers or other problems getting around can't really go as far.
Yeah,
So great question.
That's a good question. I think we can look into that. I hadn't thought through that, honestly,
Sure.
to think about needing additional benches, but I think that's something we can look at for sure. So,
Yep.
yeah, that's a good question.
Yep.
And I think it's great. I mean, honestly, that's one of the blessings, I think, for us in this country with COVID-19 hitting a little later here than when it hit in Europe and other places. We have that ability to be able to go outside and have, pretty weather to be able
Absolutely.
to get outside.
That's true.
I mean, can you imagine what this would be like if this was November, December, or January?
No.
This was all going on. It would be a lot harder, I think. So.
No, we might have 5 days pickup at ABC store.
Yeah.
That could be a rough
We
one.
might have to just build an ABC store
we
here.
might have
Forget
to.
the still. Let's
Yeah.
just build an ABC store here, right?
So you're right. Thankfully, we can be outside.
Yeah. Okay.
Next one. If I didn't put my name on the list for housekeeping before, can I still do it? So the answer is yes, because we know some of you maybe were sick, maybe you were under quarantine for whatever reason.
Right.
You maybe decided back then you couldn't, but yes, you can absolutely call in now. And let me give you that number again in case you maybe aren't sure where that memo is. It's 336-389-4116. And that number actually goes to Joe Rojas, our director of EVS. So speaking of Joe.
Yeah, so a lot of you wouldn't know this. I think you all know, or a lot of you know Joe from being here full-time at River Landing. You might remember it was about a year ago that we kind of lent Joe to friends' homes to be able to kind of help them get their program really kind of going and robust there. And Joe is about to come back to us full-time here before too long. He's kind of finishing up over there, but had a little bit of a setback, unfortunately. Joe was having a minor procedure done on him, and there was an issue with the procedure that he had done. He ended up in the hospital after a lot of analysis. They decided that they needed to operate on him, and they had to go in and fix in his intestines area some issues that he was having. And so Joe got hit pretty hard with this, and was in the hospital. He was in the hospital for about a week, and just last week he was able to come home from the hospital. But he's going to be laid up for 6 or 7 weeks, we think, from this because of the type of surgery that he had. And I think Joe is fine, but it's a slow recovery process.
Long recovery, yes.
So he's home now and getting some help at home as well.
Right.
So the main reason for telling you that is just that you all could be keep him and his family in your prayers. That's the main reason for telling you this. And we're communicating with Joe on a regular basis. And Joe being Joe, he can't just let it go. Every time there's a phone call made, he wants to talk about work. He just wants to talk about, well, wait a minute, you need to do this, or wait a minute, you need to do that, and it's like, Joe, just relax.
We're good, we got it.
Denise is doing a good job, and they got it covered. But just wanted to make sure you all were know what was going on, and we're praying for him and his family. So, okay, Lisa, what's the next question?
Okay, we have the next 3 questions are related to testing. Does River Landing have the testing available for residents who have to leave campus? We'll start with that one first.
Okay, yeah, let's just...
Because some of us have part-time jobs that are considered essential. Others might have to leave for medical reasons.
Yeah, so the answer is yes and no. So we do have a small number of tests that we can use in a pinch. For somebody that we really feel like we need to get tested. That might be a resident that's in our nursing center. That might be a staff member who is a crucial staff member that we need to have a test done on them to kind of see if they have COVID-19 or not. It is not a all-purpose test for testing residents or staff at this point.
Right.
We just do not have that availability.
Right.
And quite honestly, the doctors don't want you to be tested unless you are having some sort of symptoms at this point. Now, there may become a time, I think you keep hearing that they've got these rapid test things that are coming out. There may be a time when tests will be way more readily available and we'll be able to do stuff like that.
Right.
But as of right now, the answer is no. We don't really have that capability at the moment.
Okay, let's see. Would the testing shorten the 14-day quarantine time frame? So if we had more of that testing here, would that help with that?
So, there's still a lot of questions about how effective the testing even is and how fast because, if you get tested one day and you get infected that night, and it may be, so I think there's still a lot of questions about the testing. I don't think the testing is completely 100% foolproof yet.
Right.
And so,
I agree.
And there's not really a real plan at this point that I know of to really try and make that test foolproof at this point yet. Again, I think once they get this rapid testing thing done, and we start seeing that more readily available, and we're starting to see a little bit of that. I know the hospital system, at least Novant, we know, has that system in place, because we've had a couple people that we've sent to be tested there, and they've gotten quick response. Within a couple hours that we knew whether or not they had tested for it. But that's only for people that are somewhat symptomatic. They won't test anybody right now that are not showing any signs of symptoms. Right.
And a doctor still has to order it at the point.
And a doctor still has to order it. Yeah. So it's not 100% out there yet where we can just go ahead and say, hey, okay, we're going to test this person because we feel like we want to just go ahead and test them. Matter of fact, we had to get special permission just for the 4 housekeepers that we were trying to do the clean team with,
Right.
I had to really talk our medical director into allowing it and explain what the process was for that. And, once I kind of explained why we wanted to do it, he relented and let us do those 4 tests. But it's still not, a 100% foolproof yet at this point.
Right. As we approach the April 29th stay-at-home date, what will we begin to see a gradual relaxation of the COVID-19 response plan?
Yeah, we're not going to be dictating a lot of that. The governor, I think I've mentioned this in a previous show, we've got 5 federal and state agencies that kind of overrule anything that we do here for the most part. Just to name a few, the Center, federally, it's the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services. We have the president. Then statewide, we have the governor. We have the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. And then we have the Guilford County Health Department as well. So we have 5 different people trying to share with us what we should be doing. And quite honestly, they don't always come with the same information. So, we have always been taught and told that we always have to go with the strictest interpretation. And so that's what we have done, and we continue to do that. So the long way to answer this question is that, as the state starts relaxing things, I can tell you that the governor here in North Carolina has his eyes fixed on nursing homes at this point.
He does, right.
And long-term care facilities. So I can tell you, as there has been a plan leading up to this point, there'll be a plan specifically for retirement communities and nursing homes leading back from this. And I don't want to upset anybody, but you all should know this by now. We're going to be the last group that's going to come back to having life go back to the way it was a month and a half ago. It's just natural to understand that with us having the most vulnerable population, that we're going to slide back slower than everybody else will. And I know that's hard for you to hear, but that's just the reality of the situation we're in. So, whether that's a couple weeks or a couple months, it's anybody's guess at this point. I will say one thing though. I am encouraged that, first of all, our president now has come up with a plan for stepping back now and starting to open up the country based upon what the governors in each of the states want to do. And personally, I kind of agree with that. I think the governors of the states really should be the ones calling the shots, because every state is different. Every state's in a different place. So the governor should be calling the shots. I think that's the right way to do it. And so we'll just have to see how the governor of North Carolina decides that he wants to reopen the state. And I think he started to talk about that a little bit.
Has.
But,
Yep.
Nobody wants to do this too soon and ruin everything that we just did up to this point with the social distancing. So, we just need to kind of hang loose through this stuff at this point and just kind of keep going with the flow. And, before we know it, we'll be at that point.
Yep.
So, sorry, that was a long-winded explanation, but I think it deserved a little bit extra explanation.
Absolutely. And the next one has to do with a couple things that we really miss here. Massage therapy and our beauticians.
Oh, yeah.
When can we have both of those services come back?
Well, I think I kind of already answered that question, because,
You have.
again, that's part of the state's plan, the governor's plan.
It is.
So until they say we can go back to having that, we're kind of stuck. But once they say that long-term care facilities can go ahead and start potentially doing that, then we're going to start working on a plan. And
Right.
maybe there'll be
Right.
a step-back plan, where it won't be, okay, go ahead and open them up again. It may
Right.
be a step-back plan where maybe we'll allow you to have one person in there at a time or something, and kind of like what we're doing with the
Exactly.
housekeeping,
Yep,
right?
yep,
We're trying to
absolutely.
be creative with the housekeeping side of it. Maybe be something like that
Right.
that we can do. So we'll kind of see how that goes.
Okay, next one is, can I bring my own container for food and drink to-go orders so I don't have to use paper products?
Yeah.
We would love to say yes, but we can't. Unfortunately, that's sanitation laws prevent that. If you bring in your own container, we don't know how that container's been cleaned, and it affects your whole surroundings. So unfortunately, you can't bring in your own to-go containers. That's for drink or food.
Yeah, I know that's hard.
It is.
But
It
that's-
is.
That's just,
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate. It's just the way it is.
Right. Let's see. I may have missed the explanation, but please tell me why there is a target hanging in front of Tom's studio desk. Well, the target's gone.
There's not a target.
There's no target, so
target bag there. So.
This question was from Friday, so it is an old question.
So the answer is yes, there's a reason the bag is there. Okay, let's move on.
Okay, don't ask the question again, okay? The bag's there for a reason, and some of you know what that reason is.
Well, some people think they know what the reason is, so.
Okay, next one. Should I continue to exercise my car? After this weekend, Tom.
Yes, please exercise your
Okay,
car.
exercise your car. That has not changed any. We had several dead batteries this weekend of people trying to use their cars. And we've been saying all along, exercise your car.
Yeah, you should do it at least weekly. You should get out there
absolutely.
And start your car. And you should start it and run it for at least 5, 6, 7 minutes. And then you might even want to drive around the campus a little bit just to be able to exercise, get the tires going a little bit too.
Yep.
So,
so that brought up some more questions. My car's not working now.
Yeah.
So can I bring in my mechanic or AAA?
No, you cannot bring in AAA or your mechanic. So again, these are visitors to the community. It's not necessary.
Right.
And, you know, we've got
folks
here that can help you with that.
Absolutely.
Our golf and grounds team are very good. Our maintenance team is very good. They can help you jump starting a battery. They can even get you a battery if you need one for your car. So yes, we, again, trying to make sure that we cover all of our bases and not allow anybody on the campus that doesn't need to be on here.
Exactly.
So, so please exercise your vehicle so that we don't have the battery issues.
Absolutely. Okay, last question.
Yes.
It's kind of a statement too.
Is it a statement more than a question?
Yeah. There was an AA brochure taped on my recycling bin. Is somebody trying to tell me something?
Probably.
This was a true question and statement, so not sure who's doing that, but.
So this is the Automobile Association of America? Oh, no, that's
I don't think it is.
That's triple.
I think it's related to the ABC store.
Oh, is that what it is? And not ABC. This is ABC,
ABC.
Right? Okay. I don't know if somebody's trying to tell you something.
I'm not sure either. I think that's a personal thing. So.
Well, wait a minute. What if this person, it's a person from outside. I was just going to say maybe it was somebody inside that did that. Okay.
Oh, no judgment from us.
No judgment.
So.
No, that's right.
Okay, that was it for the questions.
Very good.
Okay?
Very good, yes.
We have a lot of making up to do with the birthdays.
Apparently so.
Since you and I were not on Thursday, Friday.
Yes, we do.
We missed some. So.
All right, let's go through them.
Okay. So let's see. Friday, we had Gene Spangler.
Oh, yeah.
So happy birthday, Gene.
Happy birthday.
On Saturday, we had Alice Gold, Clyde Taylor, and Dot Call. Wow. And I want to mention Dot Call celebrated her 97th birthday.
Amazing.
That's
happy
amazing.
Birthday.
I think they put a shout out on Care Merch for her.
That's great.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, Alice and Clyde and Dot. That's great.
Yes.
Happy birthday to all of you.
And then Sunday, we had no birthdays.
Okay.
And today, we have Sam Smoke, Sarah Sears, and Bill Allen.
Super. Well, happy birthday, all three of you.
And then tomorrow, you and I are not on. So tomorrow, we have Al Elfin and Paul Stewart.
Wow.
So happy birthday.
A lot of April birthdays.
A lot of April birthdays. Paul Stewart is 100. He will be 100
years old
tomorrow.
Wow.
That's pretty amazing. That deserves a shout out on Care Merge.
Yeah.
So I hope Cindy hears that.
Wonder if he's going to go fishing.
I don't know.
I'm sure he would.
I bet he would.
Yep,
he's a big fisherman.
You know, the other thing that Paul, that a lot of people didn't know about Paul was when Paul was in independent living, Paul used to go walk the golf course in the evenings and early in the mornings, and he would go through the woods and collect golf balls. And,
yes, that's right.
And he'd clean them up.
That's right.
And sell them back to River Landing is what I think he ended up doing at 10 cents a piece or something like that. I don't know what it was. It was something, or maybe he was selling them to a range. Maybe, that's what it was. He wasn't selling them to River Landing. He was selling them to a range, a driving range that was buying these golf balls from him. And so.
And then he donated the money back to River Landing.
He would donate the money back
to the Employee Appreciation Fund.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
That was pretty neat.
Yeah, very cool.
All right. Do we have? I guess
Okay.
we have a winner to the
We
trivia.
do. We have a winner. Okay, so the question from Bob and Betty Amos. On the Andy Griffith Show, a character was named Opie Taylor, played by Ron Howard. What was Ron Howard's real father's name? And the answer is Rance, R-A-N-C-E, Howard.
Rance.
It's a different first name.
Yeah.
Rance.
Rance.
So, not Nance. Rance.
Or Lance.
Or Lance.
Yeah. Rance.
Rance with an R.
Okay.
So, the winner is,
Yes.
ready for this?
Yeah.
Tom Burleson.
Tom Burleson.
Congratulations.
That's great.
So you'll have this cooler bag headed your way. And just so you know, there's 6 beers in there. So if Brian brings it to you and there's less than that, let me know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We got to keep track of Brian.
Brian came out of the room with that one.
Oh,
Okay, Lisa, we're down to the joke of the day.
yes.
So, and this came from Max Vibert.
Yes.
So this is a little bit of a long one, but so bear with me. Here we go. A redneck, this sounds like a Freddie Bob, doesn't it?
It does.
Just the way it started out.
Oh,
It's kind of like
boy.
a Freddie Bob one. A redneck from Alabama walked into a bank in New York City and asked for the loan officer. He told the loan officer that he was going to Paris for an international redneck festival for 2 weeks and needed to borrow $5,000 and that he was not a depositor of the bank. The bank officer told him that the bank would need some form of security for the loan. So the redneck handed over the keys to a new Ferrari. Wow. The car was parked on the street in front of the bank. The redneck produced the title and everything checked out. The loan officer agreed to hold the car as collateral for the loan and apologized for having to charge 12% interest. Later, the bank's president and its officers all enjoyed a good laugh at the redneck from the South for using a $250,000 Ferrari as collateral for a $5,000 loan. An employee of the bank then drove the Ferrari into the bank's private underground garage and parked it. 2 weeks later, the redneck returned, repaid the $5,000 and the interest of $23.07. The loan officer said, "Sir, we are very happy to have had your business, and this transaction has worked out very nicely, but we are a little puzzled. While you were away, we checked you out on Dun & Bradstreet and found out that you are a distinguished alumni from the University of Alabama, a highly sophisticated investor and a multimillionaire with real estate and financial interests all over the world. Your investments include a large number of wind turbines from around Sweetwater, Texas. What puzzles us is, why would you bother to borrow $5,000? The good old Alabama boy replied, "Where else in New York City can I park my car for 2 weeks for only $23.07 and expect it to be there when I return?"
That's pretty
That's
good. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$23.07. That would be about an hour's worth, probably.
Wow,
normally in New York
probably.
City, right?
Yes,
So,
yes.
tax and everything else. But thank you, Max. That was a good one. I like that one. So, and Lisa, last but not least, is we are going to share what we've got planned for this week, right?
Yes.
So why don't you share what we've got planned?
Okay, so tomorrow we're going to play a couple episodes of The Honeymooners. On Wednesday, we're going to have Ken back. So you want to stay tuned for that because, you know, we never know what Ken might say.
We don't know if he's coming in
So,
character or if he's just going to be a character.
We don't know. Exactly. Thursday,
Yes.
we have a special program of one of our staff members and one of our residents.
Okay.
So that would be Jill and Joanne Least are going to do a program for us.
Awesome.
I hope Brian confirmed that. Otherwise, Joanne's hearing it for the first time right
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
So,
thumbs up. He did confirm that.
okay, very good. And then Friday, we're going to have another special guest from our MSO office, Marisa Ray.
Yes.
I think a lot of you know her. She's in our development area.
Yep.
So we're looking forward to seeing her on Friday.
Yeah, I think we're going to talk a little bit about annual appeal and a new foundation video that we have. So
yes.
we might even show the foundation video on
Absolutely.
Friday, if we can figure out how to do it.
Yep.
So, well, we're going to let you all go. I think that's it for today. It's, boy, after all the rain this morning, it's turning out to be a beautiful afternoon.
I know. We can see the sun peeping through.
So go out and enjoy it. We hope you all are faring well. And if you have questions or thoughts or things that you'd like to see us do as part of the show, please feel free to let us know. But until Wednesday, we say ta-ta for now. Thank you. We love you.